I had an episode of Wheel of Fortune on in the background tonight as I was getting ready for the stream. I wasn't really paying attention to it. I just wanted it for a bit of Vanna White noise. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Thursday. Sorry I missed you last night, but I'm very happy to be back with you tonight. I hope you are well. Dead Zergling, first in chat tonight. Great to have you here, my friend, followed by Final Fantasy, who might have some good news for us, it looks like. Great to have you here. Lucent Jelly, always happy to have you here with us. I spoke with the doctor yesterday, and he explained what's going on. Turns out I just need to take a pill, which I've started taking today. No surgery required. It'll take a few weeks to fully kick in, and some dosage changes, but I'm already feeling a little better. Hey, that's really good to hear, Final. Seems like it's been a long and winding road to get here, but I hope this solution is actually going to work out for you. I thought you skipped the joke and just told a story. Insert unintelligible noise here, Jelly says. You know, Zergling, I don't know that I can think along the lines that you're suggesting there. I can't figure it out, but I'm pretty sure I don't want it explained to me. Brybad, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. What's good, Frownie? Or should I say Brownie? Just don't call me late for dinner. I hope you're doing well. Bri. Thank you for joining us. We're just getting started here tonight. I'm sipping a little bit of coffee before I get brutalized by this game. I'm good. Great to hear it. So, Super Smash TV, for anyone who hasn't been here for this before, this is the Super Nintendo version. I love this game. And I hate this game. I think this is a fantastic game, but it is so brutal, I am never going to beat it, and that breaks my heart into a million pieces. But we keep trying. This is one I throw on every now and then. I think we've played it 8 nights on the stream so far over the course of the last year and a half. It doesn't come up all that often. It comes in waves. So far, my best runs have all died on stage 3, and it's very unlikely that I even make it that far. Super Smash Bros. Hey, Buddha Fingers. Great to have you with us. A wheel of condiments will never happen. We'll get our spicy wheel. We'll get our spicy wheel back one day, but other condiments never going to happen. Good luck. I can't imagine anyone, especially Frownie, squirting ketchup into their mouth on stream. I mean, I'm sure you could find that if you went looking for it. I'm tempted from time to time to try and conquer my ketchup fear, but I'm tempted to try and conquer my fear of ketchup from time to time, but I don't know. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that swarm of red guys was gonna come in. I took a different path. I always go up. I never come down into this room. But I thought why not? We'll take a different route. I'll take a different route just for once and see what happens. And immediately I got a very nasty surprise. Fear foods. I would pay double to see you eat a piece of lasagna. Lasagna, it's the cheese. I just, yeah, I can't combine cheese and pasta. Your ketchup fear will eventually catch up to you. Very well done. Yeah. The power-ups are so very difficult to actually collect. Oh, just pause a moment. I love cheese, but I can't combine cheese and pasta or cheese and produce. I have to eat cheese. I have to eat cheese in very specific contexts, mostly plain. I can eat a cheeseburger and I can eat, you know, a slice of pizza. And don't tell me that tomato sauce is produce. Oh. Yep, Frownie's a man of complex contradictions. Pizza is okay, but lasagna is a no-go. To be fair, I would never put, like, noodles on top of my pizza. You know, pizza and lasagna are not exactly the same thing. It's not like bread and noodles are made of virtually the exact same stuff. Let's not be crazy here. I don't know how many hits that guy takes, but it's too many. The fast walking power-up is one that I pretty much never go out of my way for because I don't see what the benefit, the ability to walk into the enemy's projectiles at an even more increased speed. I don't know what the benefit of that is. I'm fine walking into everything at regular pace. I just had pizza tonight with pineapple, Final says. Jelly would be jealous to hear that. How on earth did I survive that situation? That seems not possible. Jelly and I actually had pizza for dinner tonight, too. But no pineapple. You know what's really cool about this game? The thing that's really cool. It's pretty clear that my chances of beating it are very, 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 very slim. Basically none. But if I ever do beat it somehow, the really cool thing, there's a hard difficulty to play it on. Oh. Grilled cheese? Yeah, I like grilled cheese. Grilled cheese sandwich. When I have a grilled cheese sandwich, though, I don't want any fancy ingredients. I want it to be made with basically just like the most simple, plainest of store-bought breads and just, you know, some butter and American cheese. No fancy breads, no fancy cheeses. Just the bottom tier stuff. That makes for the best grilled cheese. I haven't bought American cheese in ages, cheddar or Swiss cheese. I don't really like Swiss cheese, or I've never come across one that I like. I've tried it 2 or 3 times, but I don't think I like Swiss. Cheddar is good. I use American cheese for a grilled cheese sandwich, and for if I'm making a cheeseburger at home, I might use American cheese. It melts the best. Ham and Swiss is a great combo. I could never eat a ham and cheese sandwich. If I have like a deli meat or a lunch meat sandwich, it's always just plain meat on bread. I can't do cheese on it. I can't believe I missed that invincibility. Hey, Kusarigama, welcome in. We're once again discussing my vast litany of food hang-ups. My many nonsensical and contradictory preferences. Bogus. That guy just steamrolled me. I don't believe it. This game is dishonest. Thank goodness. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, I never combine chicken and... I don't think I ever combined chicken and dairy. Other than to, like, use some butter in the pan. Like, I don't want cheese on chicken ever, and I don't want chicken inside of any, like, cream sauce. Can't happen. Can you do cheese on a meatball sub? Steak and cheese sub? It's a good question. I never have, so I wouldn't get a meatball sub because I would have the option for a more plain meat sub available to me. I could probably handle steak and cheese on a sub. If I go to Subway, my order from Subway is to get the spicy Italian, which is just pepperoni and salami, and I get it with nothing on it. No vegetables, no cheeses, no sauces, no condiments. It is literally pepperoni and salami. Did I say sausage? It's pepperoni and salami. It's literally just pepperoni and salami between bread with nothing else. That's my Subway order. If I find myself in a Subway having to pick something. I don't go out of my way to eat at Subway. Subway is F tier around here, Kasarigama says. I'm not really crazy for it, but you know. I'm not real pushy. If I'm in a social situation where I'm with a group of people who want to eat at Subway, I'll just go along. It doesn't matter if, you know. It doesn't matter if it's one of the last places I'd care to go to. There's something on the menu I know I can fall back on. I'm alright. I hope this room doesn't last very long because, my goodness, it's very difficult when there are two whole quadrants that are blocked off. I'm actually doing really well, so I shouldn't complain. Oh no, I lost one of my Beyblades. I mean, I'm not doing well on this run in general. I'm just doing kind of well in this one room here. The run itself is still just a nightmare. Frownie is straight up starving in my house. I'm always terrified. I'm always terrified to go to someone's home and have them cook for me. Dude. I love it. I love all the sound effects in this game. This room's great. This room's easy. This room's getting harder. Can I get that invincibility? Nice. Except I can't really get close to anybody. Well, I can. I was gonna say I can't get close to anyone without wasting all my stuff, which I did. Beyblade's gone, Robot Buddy gone, life gone, everything is gone. Sorry. Sorry, Smash TV is such a terrible game for being attentive to the chat. Our Subway is just bad, just like our Little Caesars. That's why it closed a few years ago. Sorry, Gama says. A lot of people say theirs is better than ours. I have to agree. A bit. Different stores are different. Yeah, that's true. Mayonnaise boy incident. I don't know what that is. What would be your preferred restaurants in a group setting? Thai? Yeah, I'd love to go to like a Thai restaurant. When Jelly and I lived in Houston, there was a restaurant. I don't know if it's still there. It's been quite a while, and a lot has happened in the world. But there was a restaurant called Thai Stellar that was in South Houston on the way to Galveston. Very, very good. Very good restaurant. Loved it. So yeah, that would be fine. You know, other than that, just like, you know, like a Thai place, like a steakhouse kind of place where you can get, you know, steak and potatoes. I'm gonna be happy with. Um, I can usually find something to eat just about anywhere. What about Houston barbecue? Oh, I love barbecue. Yeah, any sort of barbecue place would be good. There was one near where we lived. I cannot for the life of me think of what it was called, though. I can picture the parking lot. I can't picture the name of the building. I can't picture the sign. Yeah, like a Chinese buffet style restaurant. You know, I can always find stuff to eat there. Sushi, I've never actually had. I asked for a sub sandwich. Final says mayonnaise boy asked if I wanted mayo, and I'm like, sure, yeah, light on the mayo, please. The dude unloaded the mayonnaise on my sandwich. I was in shock. Then he went into the back room to get more mayo. He came back out and absolutely annihilated my sandwich. It tasted like an ocean of mayo with a side of bread. He didn't last very long there. Oh my. If fish was actually cheaper, homemade sushi is just wonderful. Oh, we have a raid coming in. Very nice. Ooh, can I get to that one up before it disappears? Nope. I can die on the way to it, though. Wonderful. Life is rough. Life is rough. Let's give a shout out for our friend Old School McFly. Hey, welcome in, my friend. Thank you for the raid. Very pleased to have you with us. If you are tired after a long stream and need to bounce, no worries. I definitely get it, but if you have the energy and inclination to spend a little bit of time with us, we'd love to hear how your stream went. Thank you for the good luck wishes. Definitely need it. Getting pummeled. What about tired after a short stream? Completely valid as well. The size of the stream is not the numbers on the clock, but the amount of energy it took out of you. Uh-oh. All the mayo the light touches. Hogan's Alley took a bunch out of me. I've never tried that one. That's like a shooting game, I think, right? On the NES? If I'm thinking of the right one, it's like a light gun game? Zapper game. Right on. I haven't played a lot of those. I've only played Duck Hunt. Like the Zapper game, right? I know there's a few others, but I've never played any other ones. Hopefully the fun you had balanced out the cost of the energy expenditure. Hey, Skrullock, welcome in. Geometry Wars. When he came back, he was using 2 bottles of mayo at the same time. Oh my. I think that incident was a personal attack, final. I will never understand why I accepted that sandwich. Fear or morbid curiosity. Oh my, Buddha fingers. Oh no. So you actually have to shoot the, like, red swarm. They don't just fade out. I thought that they just faded out after a little while if you didn't shoot them. But that is apparently not true. Some of them will fade out. If you shoot at least some of them, the rest will fade out after a while. But you can't just shoot none of them. we got the dude. Oh. I saw my life flash before my eyes. I don't know if I'm gonna ever make it out of this corner. They just don't ever stop. They don't ever stop. This room's very generous with the dudes. This room is awful. This room is awful. It lasts a lifetime. I can't take it. I think this is the next to last room. Oh no, I have no grip. I have absolutely no grip on the maps in this game. I tend to always walk the same path. I'm going through different rooms tonight than I usually do. It's somewhat different because of that, but like, thing is, I don't even really know the rooms that I usually take, so. Like, I know I generally just go up and to the right all the time. That was bad. I didn't have to die like that. That was me being dumb. But I never know what's gonna happen in what room. And like, they might as well be completely randomized for all the knowledge I've gained regarding them. I was wrong. That wasn't a classroom. But this one is, question mark? I am not doing well. I am not doing well in here. And this is, I believe, a mandatory room. Yeah, because that's the last one before the boss. Yuck. I love it. So this boss is where the playthrough always ends. No matter what, I cannot get a handle on this boss at all. This guy is just the worst.
Contestant 1.
No way. This weapon is so terrible. The peanut is my least favorite weapon in any video game. I'd rather have the F weapon from Contra. Let's go. Last life, stage 3. Here we come. Puts me in a bad mood. I'm always happy to begin playing this game, and I'm always in a bad mood by the time I get here. I don't know why I keep coming back to something that is such a relentlessly negative experience. Speaking of negative experiences, I think I'm going to play more Bubsy 3D. I think we're going to go back to Bubsy 3D, and I'm going to try to defeat the other 2 bosses damageless. Right, there are 4 bosses in the game. We've already beaten 2 of them damageless. We might as well go back and do the other 2, I think. So I think we're gonna do that real soon. I need to do it soon before I forget the feeling of that game. This is an awesome game, though, not a negative experience. It can be both. It can be both. My suspicion is that when I eventually someday switch to the PlayStation 2 version of this game, my hope for that is that it's going to be a tremendous improvement, and I really kind of can't wait for it, and I really hope I'm not wrong. It might be harder, because, there might actually be more enemies, and everything might move a little faster, because it's more powerful hardware. I don't know. But I think having 2 actual sticks is going to be a big life-changing experience. The D-pad and the 4 buttons do a pretty good job emulating 2 sticks, but it's not the same. It's still digital input versus analog. Oh, I couldn't see the mine because it was under the... We have another credit. We had another credit. That's wonderful. I'm gonna get to play more of this stage, maybe, than I've ever played. Maybe. Because I do still have to not die, which is a big issue. Wow, I lost that robot buddy in record time. I don't think he fired a single shot before I lost him. Bingo! Ho 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 ho! Nice. I thought I missed the spread shot. Stop giving me speed. Stop giving me speed. Give me weapons. Or invincibility. Or lives. I'm not picky. I just don't want speed. Those faces on the wall up there, they make me think of, I think it was called Legends of the Hidden Temple, like a game show on Nickelodeon. I think it had a talking stone face like that, if I remember right. They make me think of that. No. I don't like this room. I don't like this room. If I ever consciously route out a path, it's got to not include this room. It's got to not include this room. This room is terrible. I'm so unhappy right now. I'm so unhappy with this room. We're never gonna make it out of here. We're never gonna make it out of here. I think there are some rooms that don't have endings. I think there are some rooms you can go in and and it's game over. You just soft locked. I think there are some rooms that don't end. This is clearly one of them. This room legitimately never ends. I can't believe it. I've discovered the secret to the game. We're on like session 400 of these guys coming in from the sides. I've eliminated so many enemies, the score odometer has rolled over 4 times. Get me out of here. I love that show, Final says. I wanted to be on that show. I was planning on showing all the kids how it's done. Total carnage. I didn't have a lot of regular access to Nickelodeon when I was a kid, so I've only seen that show like a handful of times, but it made it made a bit of an impression on me, I guess. This room is just the room we were in a moment ago. Like, sure, it's different enemies, but they're functionally identical. I feel like I've gone backward in time. It's all over. It's all over. We had an extra credit when we came into the stage. There was so much promise. Just once again, all for nothing. Last life for real this time. Oh, I got an extra one. You know, if the game would just be generous enough with the extra lives, we could make it through this no problem. Secret rooms nearby. I love secrets. I don't know what I love more, completing challenges or finding secrets. That was foolish. That was foolish. I shouldn't have challenged that enemy like that. What a run. It's all lost. They're close to world record on that one. We actually have been top of the leaderboard before. Oh, I got pulverized. Great attempt. You'll be seeing that level 3 boss before you know it. Thank you, Zergling. I don't find that easy to believe, but I appreciate you saying it anyway. We'll make another run at it. I just need to recover a moment. You are improving, you just don't see it as you're too busy being pessimistic. I have invincible negativity. Greg, welcome in. Always a pleasure to have you with us, my friend. Hope you're doing great today. Good luck. Good luck. You'll need it. I wish our points got us something. Like, I wish you earned extra lives or credits for your score, because we get all these points, and then there's no purpose to them. Hey, Pookie Stan, welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday, Pookie. Thank you for joining us tonight. Playing Breath of the Wild in Master Mode. First time I've tried that. I never looked at the Master Mode for that game. I did 2 playthroughs, but they were just normal. If that one up had despawned, I would have been very sad. I would have just cried. I only have 6 lives, so I must have died once already. I think you start with 6 lives. I don't remember dying. That's weird. It's not really that weird. I die all the time. No, my robot. You come from? I'm invincible. I was invincible. Why was I hiding from bullets? Frownie, you gotta capitalize on the invincibility. It's the only good thing about losing a life. I say that, like, with the implication being that in most games there are benefits to losing a life. Oh, yuck. Come on, we can do better than this. Give me just a moment. I definitely want to definitely want to read what you got there. I have poisoned this run with a lot of concentrated foolishness. We were doing well too. I got some extra lives early. Just can't get it together now. And Pookie says, brief story time. I came to realize recently that even though I have a PS5 and PSVR 2, I spend most of my free time lying in bed with my laptop and Switch. For the last week or so, I've been making a concerted effort to force myself to not do that and play more of the stuff I love. It's been pretty cool, and I would recommend to anyone who finds themselves not doing the stuff they like as much as they want to. That'll be the only wall of text this evening. You're perfectly fine, Pookie.
I'd buy that for $1.
It's easy. It's easy to, like, fall into a rut like that and just kind of waste a lot of time, like, with, like, really lazy entertainment instead of doing the stuff that you would ultimately get more out of. I think we're definitely all guilty of it to a degree, but it's certainly a cycle that it's worthwhile to try and break out of. Please go away. Please go away. Go away. I hate the peanut. Rip the 1 credit level 1. Rip the 2 credit level 1. That's all I'm going to be saying soon. This is just nothing but bad. There are no redeeming qualities to this attempt. Who did we just say is improving at this game? Because it's not me. That's right, no way. Thank you for the completely useless invincibilities. Wish these keys did something. Let me out of the room early. That'd be nice. In all honesty, Pookie says the cheapness of this game is kind of upsetting even as a bystander. Limited credits would be a no-go for me. Probably why I never remember playing this on Genesis. Yeah, I think on the Genesis, it's a worse experience because the Genesis controller is not as well suited for it as the SNES controller. Unlimited continues, though, trivializes the game. If you play it because you always pick up exactly where you died, even when you use a continue. If you had unlimited continues, you might as well just be playing with an invincibility cheat turned on, right? Because there's no challenge at all to it anymore. You just cheese your whole way through the game. If it were gonna have unlimited continues, it would have to send you back when you die for there to still really be a game. You did have to purposely do so bad to prove a point. I wish I was one. I'm one of those blasphemous individuals who is okay with invincibility codes in some cases, Pookie said. I mean, if you can still have fun. I mean, I would definitely experiment with cheat codes with games when I was a kid. The trouble for me with that was that I just didn't know a lot of them. You know, I didn't have a lot of access to information about like codes and cheats and stuff like that, because I didn't have like any gaming magazines, and I didn't have a ton of friends who were really into games. So it was hard to get that kind of information. But you know, when I had it, I would definitely use it. But it'd be pretty hard for me to like get anything out of the experience now. I'm pretty like nowadays I'm pretty hyper focused on the concept of the video game as a challenge to be overcome. Even when the bar is set at an unreasonable height. I just complain my way through it. I have no idea how I managed to have such bad luck, but very few people throughout my life have had games as their hobby, too. No.
10 seconds. Contestant 1.
How many of the 50 video games have we finished? So I don't know exactly how many. I think we've beaten about 30 of them. We've played about 40 of them. There's probably about 10 games of the ones we've played that I haven't been able to beat. I think is a pretty fair estimate. So we're up to game number 40. I think we'll finish that one. I think we'll actually beat it pretty quickly tonight. It's that, I don't know if you were here last week, there was a puzzle game. That was the only one we played last week. There was a puzzle game. It's got 30 puzzles, and I did 26 of them last week. So I think I've got 4 left. I said before I had 3 left, but I was counting non-inclusively. I think I have 4 left, and so I mean, they'll probably be hard, and it'll take a while, but I think I've got a fair shot at making it through that game tonight. So we'll at least get to see what game number 41 is. Or 42. I think the puzzle game is 41. So like, we're close. We're close to having tried them all, and I will loop back to make a few more attempts at some of the ones that I couldn't beat when we get to the end. But the ones I haven't beaten so far, even though I will try them a little bit more, I don't have high hopes for them. For me to have given up and moved on from any of the games, like, in order for me to give up and move on from one of them, I have to be pretty thoroughly convinced that it's not possible to beat. So I don't have extremely high hopes for going back to them, but we'll see.
Big money. Big prizes. I love it.
I've got a couple more multi-game plug-in plays like that too. I've got a 25 video game one, and I think a 12 game one. I don't have anything that's 50 games or more, sadly. But I've got some smaller ones. I'm kind of afraid, especially if the 25 game one, that it's going to be repeat games. So that there'll end up being no real point to playing it because it'll just all be the same thing again. That will be pretty heartbreaking if that turns out to be the case. But I think there's a good chance because the 25 games is made by the same company that made the 50 games. So pretty sure it's going to be heavily, if not entirely, repeats. I missed that extra life there, by the way. That was talk about heartbreaking. These guys are moving real fast, real fast. Yeah. Some of them I think, I think loop endlessly. So yeah, that's one of the reasons they're unbeatable. Some of them I think will eventually end if you were good enough at them, but just the level of challenge is unreasonable. Like a Fish Story, I'm pretty sure Fish Story has an ending, but you start with 3 lives and you can't gain extra ones. So and I think that game might have 100 levels, and just getting through 100 levels of that game on 3 lives is not. I don't think I could ever be good enough at it to make that happen. I really tried. I got up to like level 20 something. I think in the high 20s, but it's just hard to play that perfect for that long. Hey Derek, welcome in. Probably shouldn't make more than one attempt at this a night. It's diminishing returns, you know? You would think the first attempt would be like warm-up, and then we'd do better the second time, but that is not the way this works. Game's not going all that well, unfortunately, Derek. I have only bad news. Interesting day at work, hopefully interesting for good reasons. It must be. You said that you're happy about it. finished Halo Season 2 tonight. Can't wait for Season 3. I have no experience of the Halo show, and very little experience of the games. We might try one of the Halo games. We might try the first Halo game on the stream someday. I'm not rushing to do it, but might give it a try. We're gonna make one more. We're gonna make one more run at this. Hopefully with that bad one out of my system, I can do well next time. Just hope it's not another 2-year wait. Hopefully not. Wasn't bad, just kind of busy. Time went by quick, right on. This is my favorite boss simply because I like how he gets damaged, Pookie says. I hate that boss. The boss is so unfair. Got a trailer for Beetlejuice 2. Hopefully that turns out alright. I don't know. We'll see. If everybody on the planet tells me Beetlejuice 2 is good, then maybe I'll watch it, but... I'm prepared in my heart to just be satisfied with one Beetlejuice movie in my life. I was supposed to not work today, but my schedule got messed up. Yuck. Michael Keaton is back and Tim Burton is directing. You're gonna see Ghostbusters today, but that didn't happen. Hopefully soon. I hope that that turns out to be to your liking as well. That's another one I don't know that I'll ever get around to seeing. People said the last one that they made was... Well, I heard from some people that it was alright, but I don't know. I doubt either of them would really be to my taste. First Halo was great fun until escort mission. Oh, gross. No one likes an escort mission.
Bingo! Bingo!
Alright, I'm gonna try to be focused. I'm gonna try to pay attention to the game so I blunder a little less. So this movie is inspired by the real Ghostbusters cartoon series.
Good luck. You'll need it.
That I'd be eager to watch again. I haven't seen those cartoons in a very long time. That might be fun to sit down and sit through at some point. Give the second controller to Isaac and let him be player 2. I could definitely use a player 2. Yeah. Dude. I don't know how I walked past that the first time. Like a millimeter away from picking it up. No. Rip the Deathless Run. Oh, we got our dude back. This room is very generous with dudes. I feel like I was saying that earlier, too. I don't know if it's a feature of this room or I just got really good RNG. up. There's a lot of screen clears in this room. So in my effort to develop a good habit, I've actually developed a bad one. I'll try and explain at some point, but I'm concerned if I focus my brain on trying to explain, then I'll play bad. So I'm not going to do it yet. After I finish this, I'll pause and I'll explain what I meant by that. So the weapons that you pick up they have ammo to them. So like if you just hold the fire button constantly, you'll use them up real quick. But if you only fire when you need to, you'll keep the weapon for a little longer. And so the good habit that I wanted to develop was that when I grab an invincibility, that I use the invincibility to kill the enemies and not my weapon, because I don't want to use up my weapon power up, because the invincibility is on a timer. It's going to go away at the same time no matter what. So use it first to wipe out enemies and save the special weapon. Like that's the good habit I wanted to develop. But now I'm in the habit of when I have the invincibility, I never fire at all, even if I don't have a weapon. And it's just my base gun, right? If it's just your base gun, there's no reason to ever not be firing. But now I'm in the habit of when I pick up invincibility, my instinct is to no longer fire at all, and that's a bad habit. So my efforts to create a good habit have backfired in some situations. The Scheming Miner, welcome in. Never played the arcade version, but I remember this game being promoted a lot in Nintendo Power. It was a pretty big deal. I never knew about this game until 2 years ago. I think I first discovered this game, I think it was through Kyle's stream, the Janked Jesus stream. I think I saw Kyle playing it. If I remember right. I saw just a little bit of it and was like, oh, I think I'm going to love that game. I saw basically just enough to see that it looked completely brutal and was a twin-stick shooter. And this is a type of game that I'm always eager to play more of, but I just don't know a lot of them. For the longest time, the only twin-stick shooter I'd ever played was a game on the Xbox 360, like the Xbox Live Arcade. There's a game called I Made a Game with Zombies in it, and it's a fantastic game. I loved it. It's probably my favorite Xbox 360 game. It was just a great game to just pick up and play through. But it was the only twin-stick shooter that I even knew for the longest time. Things are taking a bad turn here. Less chinwag, more focus.
I'd buy that for $1.
I was just really lucky that right after I saw this being played on stream, that I found the Super Nintendo game for real cheap, and got to try it out for myself, and I don't know how I still like it. It's so brutal. I don't know why I haven't stopped enjoying it. I mean, you wouldn't know watching me play it. You wouldn't know that I like it. All the evidence is that it's my least favorite game ever made, but that's not how I feel in my heart, or it's not how I want to feel. It's hard to not just be completely pessimistic about this game, though. It's so brutal. Oh my goodness, I am bleeding lives! I am bleeding lives! How have I died so many times? This is unacceptable. Give me something. Stop giving me this trash peanut. Give me something good, game. I'm getting really upset with you. All that peanut does is backfire. Come on. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? I don't want to play this anymore. I'm not having fun anymore. This went from my best stage one ever to just as bad as every other one in a matter of seconds. Frownie's gonna send you a very strongly worded Hallmark greeting card. It seems to be a feature of the peanut that while I hit him with it, it makes him come closer to me. It's the weapon that like makes him run me over. That's why I say that weapon backfires. That's why I hate it so much. It's no good. It's just gonna get me squished. Sorry, I can't read a lot of the chat messages mid-combat, but I will catch up with you in just a moment. Thank you for your patience. I would love to play. I made a game with zombies in it. I'd love to play that game again, but my 360 has been dead for ages, and I think they put that game on Steam, but I would be concerned because one of the best things about it is the soundtrack. If the Steam release doesn't have the original soundtrack, I would be very upset. It always made it hard for me to go back to Super Meat Boy because I first played that on the Xbox 360, and every other version of it I've looked at has different music, and I don't like it as much. All right, let me finally get caught up here. I think my first main experience of actually seeing someone play this was from Proton John back in the early 2010s. We were all like that as kids. I remember a lot of games that were super janky, but somehow I liked it until I revisited it years later down the line. Evo was one of my favorites as a kid. But revisiting it, it was so grindy. I haven't played that game. I don't know. Are there any games that I loved as a kid that I couldn't go back to now? I don't know if I've really had a good example of that experience. Maybe Ultraman on the Super Nintendo. I loved Ultraman Toward the Future on the Super Nintendo. When I was a kid, I became obsessed with that game for a while. It's not a good game, but I kind of feel like I always knew that. At least part of me. All these bombs, and I can't get close enough to any enemies to use them. I can get that one in the original soundtrack. I had that same thing with the remakes of the first Final Fantasy game. They improved on everything else, but they changed the soundtrack. Finally, the Switch Pixel Remaster has the option to have the original soundtrack in the game. Nice. Yeah, it was a real bummer to try and play Super Meat Boy on I think the Switch. Just because I was really I wanted to hear the music I expected. No. I danced around that just a fraction of a second too long. A power-up spawned where I was standing. I never even saw it. Just my weapon changed inexplicably. Nice. This weapon is the best. This weapon is the best. Look how it wipes these things out. Oh no, I'm firing the wrong direction. I suddenly forgot how the controls in this game work. I had a weird moment there where I was like, I forgot about the directional inputs. I can't explain it. Alright, I feel like that room went really well. I don't know if I'm supposed to go up or down. I feel like I've been going down. Oh. A lot.
10 seconds. Contestant 1.
You know what I need to do? I need to map out every room that has these guys and make sure I avoid them. These big red guys are the bane of my existence. Because every room that they exist in lasts forever. If I see these guys, I know I'm going to have a bad time. Not because they themselves are terrible, but because their rooms never end. They just never end. That was not a good example. That one only ended early because it wanted to prove me wrong. I defy you. I defy you to find someone worse with the buddy robot than me. I lose that buddy robot in nanoseconds every single time. There is no one who can lose that as fast as I can. Dude. What's the correct term? Is it a one-up? Is it an extra life? Is it a free man? It's a dude. Good thing I saved that screen clear. Oh, I saw that invincibility too late. I saw it just as it was fading out of existence is when I first spotted it. Beyblades, let's go. When you have the Beyblade spinning around you, you can't walk up against the edge of the screen because they spin around you at a radius that sticks out. So you can't get right up against the wall. Like, that's a drawback of them, is your territory is much more limited. And the worst thing that can happen is you got a set of those spinning around you, and then an extra life spawns at the edge of the screen, and you can't walk close enough to the edge to pick it up. It's heartbreaking. Betrayed by your own protective power-up. The power-up situation in this room has been great so far. That was some divine RNG. This room is a bit of a tough situation. This is an unfortunate combination of enemies. It's nothing new to me, right? We've been here a lot, but... that invincibility. No. I was trying to pick it up without bumping into the laser. That room was bad. That room was the exact opposite of the one before. What do you think, my friends? You think I'm ever going to figure out how to handle this guy? No. You're definitely right. It's Shrek. Give him an onion. He does have layers. He always reminds me of Sinistar. Sinistar is a terrifying game. Could you please give me a molecule of personal space? There's no way to get away from this guy. It's just trash. He won't do anything but just immediately run over me. There's no way to get away from him. He's too big to walk around. This is anti-fun. I blame everything.
10 seconds. Contestant 1.
You would think the peanuts are filled with ketchup the way Frownie avoids them. They're such a trash weapon. I know it's so I believe it's mandatory for this guy. I was avoiding the peanut on purpose there for most of the first phase of this fight because I wanted to do some science, basically. I've yet to figure out to what... So this boss has many, like, explodable components, right? Around, like, his perimeter. You can blow up all these pieces of him. And you can also blow up his face. And I don't know to what degree eliminating all of the pieces around him is mandatory. It seems to me that it is mandatory to blow up all of his explodable pieces, but his health is more than the sum of those parts. Is why it's confusing, because even after you do that, he doesn't immediately die. He still has an unspecified amount of health that seems to only go away at that juncture. It's a very complicated boss. Which is why it eats up all of my lives for multiple credits every time. Oh, it's the worst. The worst experience in video games. What a terrible boss. You were doing incredible before the bosses. The bosses both trashed me. I can't stand it. No one can do this.
Good luck.
Let's go.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Let's reset the audio real quick. It's a little desynced. Listen to the level name. Collect power-ups. Should I also listen to this one? Well, the answer to that is no, but we all know you're going to anyway. Vampire Survivors. I hear that a lot. I've never played that game, but that's the game that comes up whenever I play a twin stick shooter. That seems to be everyone's like touch point for this type of game. It's been suggested to me as something that people think that I would like, and for a while I thought that they were correct, but then I started to hear that it has roguelike elements to it, and that makes me more hesitant. Hey, thank you for the lurk, Christian Cool. Always appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Binding of Isaac, yeah. I was not sure if I could pick that item up without triggering that bomb. This is bad. This is going as bad as it can go. You know what? I want to restart this run.
10 seconds.
I'm just gonna let my timer count down. Binding of Isaac is a game that I'd be curious to try. It's one that I've had for ages and just never gotten around to trying. Can't stop feeling like I have to cough. Oh. It only ever goes on sale on PC. It's constantly very pricey on consoles. Very frustrating, Pookie says. I think I have a physical copy of it for the Switch. Like to try it, but the price keeps me noped out.
Good luck. You'll need it.
I can't explain why I haven't gotten to it. Just spending too much time playing all these high quality games like Bubsy 3D. I'm giving myself challenges I can't possibly complete, like Splatterhouse 2. I'd like to, in a dream world, like, I'd love to be good enough at this game that it just wouldn't matter what path I took. That's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of dudes. No. How am I not dead? Since I know Frownie won't be able to sleep at night without this information, for dinner tonight I had 6 eggs over easy, 7 strips of bacon, pound of hamburger patties, 400 milliliters of raw milk. Right on. Let's go. Hey, Cows, welcome in. Great to have you here tonight.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hope your Thursday has been wonderful, my friend. I feel like it's a little later than you've been dropping in. I have to admit, I was kind of wondering whether we might end up not seeing you tonight. So very glad that's not the case. Sorry to pop in so late. No worries, no worries. Spent the past hour or so sitting in traffic. They entirely shut down part of my route home. Oh, it's horrible. That is horrible. When I was in Houston, they started doing some road work on my commute to work. My commute went for where, like, here's the thing, it's like, it didn't affect me on Saturdays, but on weekdays, it was horrific. On Saturdays, I could get from home to work in 20 minutes, and then on weekdays, it would take sometimes 2.5 hours to make the same distance, because the road work was messing everything up so bad. 20 minutes to 2.5 hours. I wanted to quit my job. No way. Part of the reason I opted for the schedule I have is so that I can avoid giant SoCal commute times. But every so often, road work or an accident messes with my grand plans. I think I must run away for now. I'll see you later. Hey, Pookie, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your night, Pookie. Hopefully we'll see you again real soon. Careful, Frownie, you're starting to look good at this. Don't worry, I'll let you down soon enough. I don't think that my skill has any effect on how well or badly I do. I think it's just a roll of the dice at this game. That was close. That was real close. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting close. I'm starting to feel temptation to potentially start asking questions about this game. There's always the worry though, like if it's worth the risk, right? Because if I ask a question and get a particular piece of feedback, like I might then feel too guilty about using the information and lock myself out of a useful strategy. So like part of my decision is not pure stubbornness, but part of it is risk management. What are the odds that I'm gonna end up in a worse situation by asking questions? This must be taken into account. No. Okay, don't let it be a downward spiral that leads instantly into a million deaths, please. Turtles nearby. No. That was... I just walked a little too far by accident there. Like, that wasn't... There was definitely a mistake, but it wasn't the mistake it looked like. No, we're on a downward spiral. Stop it, Frownie. Really? Down again? These are fast. I remember this room. I don't like this room. I don't like this room. Get the Beyblades. I'm shocked. I am shocked I didn't die there. No, I was right next to an invincibility. No, I was worried it was going to be the Buffalo Herd room. This is the room with those red guys that I don't like. Oh. Not the orbs, but the big guys. Oh, this isn't the room with them, but they're coming up. Right? I know I'm going to be in a situation I don't like soon. There's kind of never a time where that isn't the situation, though. Here it is. Here it is. These are the guys I was worried about. Ooh, how did I sneak through there? Dude. got me. I just cannot handle. I cannot handle how long these rooms last for. It's unreal. Simply sickening. I was pretty sure I was dead. I didn't think I was making it out of that situation. Oh, I'm tired. That room made me tired. No. Yuck.
10 seconds, contestant 1.
That was our first continue, though, right? Almost. Almost got to the boss on our first credit. As close as I could get, right? I failed, but I almost didn't. Now I'm gonna fail. Now I'm gonna fail a lot. If I could only figure out how to get him to not stand directly on top of me every time I respawn. It would be nice if I could live longer than 2 milliseconds. Oh, I'm still alive. I feel like I say that a lot, huh? I think that just from a pure, like, statistics point of view, I should have accidentally figured out how to be good at this boss by now.
Contestant 1.
There's nothing I can do. The only way to beat this boss is to be out of lives. The boss's health bar is our life count. He just won't die unless you lose a certain number of lives. You have to cross that threshold first. It's the only way. Hey, Vintage, welcome in. The angry Shrek mech has it in for you. It's the worst. It's the worst experience of my life. I don't know why I play this game. I hope you're having a great night. I appreciate you stopping in to join us for a while. It's been a while. I feel like I've been ending my streams early. It's been a while since I've been up late enough to catch you live. I'm sick of this. We've had another daylight saving swap as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. In the car, waiting for one of the kids to finish ballet. Very happy to catch you. Right on. This is probably the best situation I've ever reached stage 3 in. I think I have a credit left. We got here with a credit still left a moment ago, but it was on my very last life. Now I'm 1 away from my very last life, so it's technically slightly better. It'd only take 1 hit to equalize, though. I just don't even know. I just don't even know where I want to go. Temple alert. Always the helper robot. Just instantly ruined. I was about to say we're setting new records for hanging on to the robot, and then it was gone. It was gone before I could open my mouth. Is that it for this room? Is that really over? Groovy. Scorpion Fever. I gained an extra life at some point. I didn't even notice that. Awesome. I need that to happen again, though. No, I was making a run for it. Alright, here we go. Last credit. It's my last chance. Go, Frownie, go. Appreciate it. Thank you for cheering me on. I feel overwhelming pessimism in regard to this game. I'm frequently given to despair in games. That's my substitute for rage. A lot of people yell and scream when they struggle with a game. I just feel overwhelming despair. And this game is like, you know, if most games are like a 7 out of 10 on the despair meter, this game's a 14. I like those rockets. I was pretty lukewarm on the rockets before. But I've warmed up to them a lot. Because I like the way they mow through enemies. I don't think I properly appreciated that aspect of them for a long time. But if you have the rockets and you run perpendicular to the enemies, you can cut through a lot of them real quick. And I really just started appreciating that tonight, I feel like. And like the snake enemies, like the long chain enemies, if you run at them head on with the rockets, it's great. It just eats right through the whole chain. It's really good. Speaking of really good... No! Got one up and then I died. The really good part of that didn't last very long. Come on. It looks absolutely rough for sure. You're impressively zen. Thank you, Vintage. Trying to not completely lose my cool, but... No, I was trying to be conservative with my ammo. Standing in the middle of the board was There was a logic to what I was doing, but it turned out to not be a very good move. No. Well. Wow, I didn't even have a very high score. That's Smash TV, my friends. Once again, this game has turned me to a fine powder. I am never gonna beat this game. I just can't do it. It is just not possible. I don't know how I can get any better. I'm gonna keep trying. We'll play it again. We'll play it again sometime soon. Maybe not next week, but maybe the week after that. I think next week's gonna be hard to fit it on the schedule with everything I want to do. Thank you for the applause, Scheming Miner. Alright, well, let's play some 50 video games included. We're done with this game, but we're not done with the stream. We're gonna play some games of highly dubious quality. A valiant effort. Thank you, cows. Tried my best. If Frownie can't even beat this game, I know I have absolutely 0% chance of doing so, Greg says. Well, thank you, Greg. Give it a try, though. Don't use me as the barometer. Sometimes I'm just really bad at stuff. Time for the crowd favorite, Cow says. My favorite. So we've got to finish up. Well, I'll talk about where we are with that. Let me go ahead and just switch it over. What time? Just thinking what time the dog last went out. And I think he's okay. So we don't need a full break. All right, let me switch things over. I'll be right back with you.